Hello, this is Bakchot Sannyasi on air, and right now I'm going to offer a possible solution to the problem of religious extremism and cultural tolerance in India. You've heard of that child who craves for attention, and sometimes all the misdeeds that he does, even if you offer him a negative response, it just encourages him further. Religious extremists and culturally intolerant people are the same. My possible solution to any of your religious extremists as well as culturally intolerant people is to just ignore the fuck out of them. Treat them as zombies. I'm not saying that if they beat you or if they smear your face with black ink or if they were to go ahead and cause damage to your property, you take that. It's very, very simple. Treat them as things that do not exist. The moment they try to damage you, you find the nearest possible device and use it for your self defense. If it means taking a device and just putting it on the head or probably smashing the head, you do that. But after that, you retrace and you act as if they don't exist. Do not talk about them on social media. Do not have debates on them. It may sound as an unnatural way, but I'll tell you how it works. For instance, collectively half of the people who raise issues of things like beef or of Pakistanis coming and playing in India, they're not doing it because they have any concern for the nation. They're not doing it because they care about our culture. It's just a garb. In the garb of our culture, as well as our, protecting the so-called heritage of India, all that they crave for is publicity. Right. The moment there's no mention of them on social media, the moment the news channels do not, admit that they even exist, the moment we treat them as zombies who are disappearing, they know for a fact that they will not get publicity for their endeavors. Right? So, hence, first they stop doing these things. The second genre of people, who are involving themselves in these activities are actually the ones who think that they are preserving the culture of the nation by doing it. So, okay, at least they're integral to the cause. Now, what happens when a hue and cry is raised about them? Their scope, their information extends from being a local and endemic thing to a thing that the entire nation knows. For instance, there is someone who tries to blacken someone's face for inviting a Pakistani. The moment it gets media coverage, what actually happens is that the entire nation will know about this activity. That will possibly polarize the nation. It will divide them into two parts. First part is, and hopefully considerably larger part, is one that hates them. Second part is the one that vehemently supports them. Understand? So the media covering them leads to larger people knowing about them, leads to larger people supporting them. Now they will gain a base. And the people who were against them, they won't increase in number because they would stay against them, irrespective of whether they know about it or not. So, again, when they come to beat you, use any device possible, fight back. People around you combine, block. Just block them, just defend yourself, and then let them disappear, let them go. The moment media doesn't give them importance, they'll remain in short pockets, and even within these small pockets, their numbers will eventually dwindle when the strengths of a tolerance based approach comes to the fore. When you do not give them 1% of attention, their own feeling of importance will go for a toss. And a lot of their acts will also be more muted, because right now, when they know that the media is giving them coverage, the factor of the entire nation hears me spurs them on, and they give them more energy. Third, very important fact, you have to remember that these are technically trivial issues that we need to grow beyond. They should not even be issues that we spare our time for. Forget making a big propaganda out of this. Beef, seriously, dude. Who eats beef? Who doesn't eat beef? Eat beef? Does it matter? You're talking about Hindu culture. Half of the people who talk about Hindu culture have no idea what it is. For them, culture just means what their parents have been doing, what they've heard. Right? Eating beef is a normal issue. It's your own choice. You're killing any other animal. Cow is not your mother, period. Similarly, Pakistanis playing cricket in India, what has that got to do with the politics of India and Pakistan, dude? The cricketers didn't themselves go and burst, blast guns in the war. The cricketers themselves didn't go and tell the terrorists bomb India. They didn't, right? It has got no relation. The moment you're too involved in it, you bring yourself from a level which is above to their own level. You either are for it or against it, but you're making it a big deal. The moment you stop making it a big deal, the issue itself will disappear. Ignore it. Don't be against it, don't be for it. Treat it as if it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist at all. And it will go, it will disappear. I know it seems vague, but I'm just a random person blurting my random opinions. If you wanna pay heed, pay heed. I don't own anybody, I do not have influence over anybody, but this is what I would do, and this is what I actively do on things like Facebook and stuff. When these issues of beef ban and religious intolerance come, I know I never subscribe to them, I do not repost them, I do not react to them. There are people who are unevolved, they'll do whatever on earth they want. If you follow them, you become like them. If you fight them, you lose your energy over them. Best way to let them subside is let them be. They'll destroy themselves eventually.